You know how it is, that feeling, maybe your chest tightens, thoughts just racing, whether it's like a constant background hum of stress or those bigger waves of worry, anxiety. Well, it touches so many of us.
It really does.
And today, we're going to dive deep into something surprisingly simple, but really powerful that can help you navigate that: journaling.
That's right. We've been looking into how, putting pen to paper can actually be a really effective way for you to manage anxiety, maybe improve your emotional well-being.
Yeah.
And we're particularly digging into the approach Listalian takes with their notebooks, the ones designed specifically for calming anxiety.
And it's fascinating, isn't it? Because, I mean, on the surface, journaling seems so basic, just writing stuff down.
Right.
But as we'll get into, there's actually some solid science behind why it works for anxiety. And interestingly, how a journal itself is designed can maybe boost those benefits for you.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so let's unpack this. Let's see what makes it tick.
Well, what's really interesting, especially if you think about your own anxiety, is how journaling actually interacts with your brain. It's not just venting.
Right, not just getting it off your chest.
Exactly. Studies have genuinely shown that expressive writing, that's the term they use, can lead to a real measurable reduction in anxiety and stress.
Okay.
When you take those worries that are just swirling around in your head,
Yeah.
right, you actually write them down, you're processing them differently.
How so?
Well, it sort of loosens their psychological grip on you. It's like taking those vague fears and giving them a shape, something concrete you can actually look at.
That makes so much sense. Like taking all that internal noise and laying it out, objectifying it almost.
Precisely. You externalize it, and that simple act seems to shift how you experience those feelings internally.
Right.
And while you're doing this, while you're writing, you're also engaging your prefrontal cortex.
Ah, okay. We've talked about that before, haven't we? The part for like emotional regulation.
Exactly. Emotional regulation, decision-making. It's key. So by translating those feelings into words on paper, you're actively strengthening your brain's ability to manage them better.
So you're bringing the sort of rational brain into the picture.
You got it. It's an active process, not just passive release. You're actively working with the part of your brain that helps you regain composure, feel more in control.
Okay, wow.
And the shift, it's not just cognitive. It links directly to how your body physically experiences anxiety.
You mean like the racing heart, the shallow breathing?
Those exact things, expressing those bottled up emotions on paper can genuinely help lessen some of those physical symptoms you might feel. It's all connected, mind and body.
It really underscores that connection. And thinking about that, it seems Listalian really considered this with their anxiety journals.
Yeah.
You mentioned the paper quality, that 120 GSM thick paper.
Yeah, the premium paper.
The soft faux leather cover. It feels like they're intentionally creating an object that feels calming, that invites you to actually do the journaling.
I think so.
I remember my sister, she deals with anxiety, and she said sometimes just the feel of her journal is grounding for her.
That's a perfect example. The tactile experience matters. A well-made journal, one that feels good, has nice paper. It makes the whole act more appealing, right? Something you actually look forward to.
Which helps with consistency, I guess?
Exactly. And consistency is crucial for getting those long-term benefits we'll talk about.
Okay, so another thing that really jumped out was this idea of the journal as a safe space, like a totally private zone for your real thoughts, no judgment. Because sometimes talking to someone else just feels too hard, too vulnerable maybe.
That's such an important point for managing anxiety. When you feel really vulnerable or overwhelmed, sharing those raw feelings, it can seem impossible.
Yeah.
A journal just bypasses that completely. It's this confidential outlet. You can write anything, no matter how messy or, irrational it might seem right then.
And there's real power just in acknowledging it, isn't there? Just letting the feeling exist on the page without trying to fix it immediately.
Definitely.
Reminds me of a friend, stressful time at work, started journaling, said just getting those swirling thoughts out was a huge relief, even before he tried making sense of them.
Absolutely. That simple act, acknowledging, processing, it's key for reducing that internal tension. If you try to just push feelings down,
They don't go away.
no. They often pop up somewhere else, maybe adding to that background anxiety you're trying to manage. Journaling is a healthy release, like opening a valve gently.
Good analogy.
Yeah.
And over time, doing this regularly, it can lead you to understand your triggers better, the
Yeah.
underlying causes.
Precisely. You start seeing patterns. By reflecting regularly in your journal, You notice recurring themes, maybe certain situations, even times of day, that tend to spark anxiety for you.
That awareness.
That increased emotional awareness is fundamental for long-term management. Once you understand the why behind your anxiety better, you're in a much stronger position to figure out how to cope with it effectively.
And again, it seems Stallion thought about this. Those features like numbered pages, the table of contents,
Mm-hmm.
they seem basic maybe. But for tracking emotional patterns over time, they suddenly become really valuable tools for you.
They really do. Being able to easily flip back, see how you felt in a similar spot weeks or months ago, that gives you invaluable perspective.
Yeah.
It lets you track your progress, spot recurring triggers, and actually see how far you've come. It's like a personal archive of your emotional growth.
A personal history of
Yeah.
your emotional landscape right there.
Yep, exactly. Okay, so let's talk about Sarah's story. I found her experience really helpful in seeing how this works day to day.
Yeah, Sarah's story is a great illustration. Here's someone juggling work, family, experiencing that constant negative thought spiral, feeling overwhelmed,
Mm-hmm.
and the physical stuff too, the tight shoulders, the racing heart.
Things so many people listening can probably relate to.
Exactly. And for Sarah, the journal was like her first step.
Mhm.
Initially, it was just about getting those jumbled, overwhelming thoughts out onto the page. That immediate release, like dropping a heavy bag.
Just a brain dump, basically. Pretty much. And sometimes that alone brings immediate relief, right? A bit
Yeah.
of lightness.
Yeah, definitely.
But the key thing with Sarah is it wasn't just a one-off fix. Over time, journaling became her reliable tool, her go-to for navigating stressful moments.
Okay.
It became a consistent way to calm herself when anxiety spiked. And as she kept doing it, she started gaining that clarity we talked about, understanding her specific triggers, the sources of her anxiety.
And that self-awareness, like we said, it's so empowering for you. It shifts things from just reacting to proactively understanding and addressing the roots.
Absolutely. And through that consistent process, Sarah started developing healthier coping mechanisms. Her journal wasn't just recording anxiety, it became a space to explore solutions, reflect on what helped before, and choose different responses.
And the big takeaway from her story seems to be consistency, right? Not a quick fix, but a reliable tool that, with regular use, helped her gradually feel more in control of her thoughts and emotions rather than being controlled by them.
Exactly. It's that shift from feeling swept away by anxiety to actively engaging with it, which empowers you to navigate it better.
So, okay, for listeners who are new to this, maybe thinking about using journaling for anxiety, what are some practical first steps? How can you get started?
Great question. The main thing is make it approachable. Don't let it feel like another chore. So start small. That's absolutely key for you.
Like how small?
Even 5 or 10 minutes. Seriously, you don't need hours. Maybe just focus on one event from the day or one feeling you want to explore.
And what if you just stare at the blank page, like writer's block for your feelings?
Yeah, that happens. Prompts can be super helpful then. They give you a starting point.
Like what kind of prompts?
Simple things. What specifically made me feel anxious today? Or even, what's one thing I'm genuinely grateful for right now? Just something to focus your thoughts. It doesn't need to be deep philosophy, just an honest reflection.
And the advice about writing without judgment seems crucial for you. It's not about perfect writing, right?
Not at all. Zero judgment. No right or wrong way for you to do it. Forget grammar, spelling, logic. The goal is emotional release and self-exploration for you.
Yeah.
Think of it like a private chat with yourself. Those aren't always neat and tidy.
Okay, good point. And we touched on this, but tracking progress seems valuable for you long term, which ties back to those numbered pages and table of contents again.
Yes, exactly. Making notes when anxiety felt intense, what might have triggered it, how you responded, you start building this incredibly valuable record for yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Over time, this helps you spot patterns, triggers you might not even be aware of consciously. That's vital for you in managing anxiety better down the road.
And finally, like any good habit, making it a routine seems important for you to get the full benefits.
Absolutely. Find a time that works. Maybe first thing in the morning to set intentions or evening to process the day. Whatever fits your rhythm, make it regular.
Even a few minutes consistently is better than long sessions once in a while.
Often, yes. Consistency builds momentum. And thinking about those Stallion journals, again, the smooth paper, the sturdy feel, those things actually encourage you to use it consistently. It makes it a more appealing, reliable tool for you.
It's like they considered the whole experience for you, not just the writing part. The cover feel, paper quality. Those details help create a better environment for reflection, maybe a calmer one.
Exactly. Those tactile bits are surprisingly important for you. A journal that feels nice makes the practice more enjoyable, something you're more likely to stick with.
Right.
And features like the table of contents, they're not just neatness, they let you map your own mental wellness journey. Revisiting past thoughts gives you powerful perspective on your growth.
And even the back pocket, maybe, for you to keep little notes or reminders. It's like they're thinking of all the small ways to support you.
Precisely. It's about creating a whole tool that supports the process of reflection and emotional growth for you, not just the writing itself. And the numbered pages, the line spacing, it gives structure without being rigid, good for focused thoughts and free-flowing ones as you explore your anxiety. It really does seem designed with your mental wellness as the goal.
So beyond the immediate relief journaling can offer you, the materials also stress the long-term benefits. It's not just feeling better now, but building something lasting for your well-being.
That's spot on. Think of it as you actively building emotional resilience over time. By consistently engaging with your thoughts and feelings, you get better equipped for future challenges.
How so?
Well, you learn to spot your triggers faster, you develop coping mechanisms that actually work for you, and you cultivate a stronger sense of self-awareness, feeling more grounded.
It's like you're building a personal toolkit of insights and strategies you can pull out when you need them.
Exactly that. And by regularly tracking your progress, reflecting on the journey in your journal, you gain more mental clarity, more emotional stability for yourself. You see patterns not just in triggers, but in your responses, and crucially, what helps you feel better.
And again, those Lestallian features, numbered pages, plenty of space, the table of contents, they seem tailor-made to support that long-term tracking and reflection for you.
They really do. Imagine looking back and seeing how you handled a stressful situation 6 months ago. Maybe seeing how a worry has eased over time. That tangible proof of your growth, your ability to manage hard emotions, that can be incredibly empowering for you.
It's like having a concrete record of your own resilience you can look at when you need a reminder of how far you've come.
Yeah.
Now, something else mentioned was the connection between mindfulness and journaling. Interesting how they can complement each other for you.
Absolutely. Journaling itself can be quite a mindful practice for you, actually. When you focus on writing, you're bringing awareness to the present. And by processing those thoughts on paper, you can clear mental space, making it easier to achieve that grounding mindfulness aims for. It's like clearing internal clutter that distracts you from being present.
So while meditation helps you be present, journaling helps you clear out the stuff clouding that presence for you.
Exactly. Actively clearing the mental clutter. And when you combine them, maybe mindful breathing than journaling or journaling than meditating, they can really boost each other's benefits for you. Better emotional regulation, fewer anxiety symptoms. The act of writing in your journal becomes this intentional moment for you to focus on your current state, release tension, and cultivate calm and clarity.
So wrapping this up for you, listening,
Yeah.
it really sounds like journaling isn't just, a nice hobby. It's a powerful, scientifically backed tool for improving your mental well-being, specifically for managing anxiety day to day. And it seems a thoughtfully designed journal, like the Lestallian ones we discussed, with that focus on quality and features that help with organization, reflection, and consistency. Well, that can really enhance the whole process for you, making it an even better tool for finding calm and building resilience.
That's a perfect summary for you. It's about recognizing that anxiety is common, but taking proactive, consistent steps, even something seemingly simple like journaling, can genuinely make a big positive difference in your life.
So here's a final thought for you to mull over today. Consider how dedicating just a few minutes each day, capturing your thoughts and feelings in a journal, could create this tangible record of your own resilience, your growth. It could offer you not just immediate relief, but also this powerful, evolving perspective on your own strength over time. What profound insights might you discover about yourself by consistently, intentionally exploring the landscape of your inner world on paper?